Hey world, it's your girl Majestic. I'm loving life and I'm living life to the fullest. I'm enjoying life. It's beautiful and rewarding. It's love, it's joy, self love, it's peace, it's understanding, it's overstanding. Life is beautiful and life is just life. Now, my lighting's just a little bit better today. I'm gonna get better though. I can see the camera kind of going in and out with the light, but so I hopped on here today because I wanted to express and explain light and darkness and how humanity has got it all twisted. Light represents, well, I'll talk about light and darkness in the sense of good and evil. Okay? Light and darkness in the sense of good and evil. One thing we have to understand is that it's okay to be good. It's okay to be positive. It's okay to, be confident. It's okay to express yourself in a graceful manner. Our society has shunned that fact of all of us, and a lot of people move kind of in fear of that. And I'm going to tell you it's okay as long as you protect yourself. And this is when darkness comes in. I was listening to someone recently and they were talking about how it's just all about light. It's all about love. It's all about peace, even in the face of that adversary. And I want to debunk that because how can you have that if most people, not most people, but there are people who are jealous of that? They will trap you, they will do things to you to not be able to shine that beautiful light. And darkness, on the other hand, it's meant for destroying. Negativity is meant to destroy. We have to understand these two polar opposites. One is meant to build, and one is meant to destroy. Now, the thing about it is that you yourself can use these two polars for whatever you need. It's all about you yourself. It's all about the vessel that you are and what you are housing inside. There are some people who use darkness because they're jealous, because they're imbalanced, so they want to destruct and destroy everyone around them. And then there are few, very few, who know how to use that darkness for the good purpose. Okay? And I want to talk about that because that's the type of time I'm on. Okay? It's okay to protect yourself as a light being. It's not even about, like, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be, destructful. But sometimes that's what it's going to take to make your mark, to be able to survive. It's going to have to take you to jump in on the dark side sometimes. And that's okay because you're doing it for a good cause. I think it's important that people understand that because who I was listening to was saying, it's all about light and love, even if they, harm you or they're trying to, because the darkness likes to find a way to dim your light. And in that process, you cannot be using light and love in that process of them dimming your light. You might be singing and dancing, and someone will come along and try to dim that light. It is not okay to use positive energy. We have to understand where these elements go. Okay? They're obviously attacking positive energy, so that doesn't mean, that means now you have to protect it. It doesn't have to be dancing. You could just be talking in a room full of people, and People may not like you because of your light, and so they'll try to chastise you. What you gonna do then? You still gonna spread that light, or are you gonna defend and protect yourself? These things that I teach, like, mankind just don't understand. Just like the white man, he enslaved us for like 400 years now, and all black people can say is like, Jesus is gonna do it. Jesus is gonna save us. Don't worry about it. Jesus is gonna save us. All they can do is like, I'm not gonna fight fire with fire. All they can do is say, like, just because he hates us doesn't mean that I hate them. But Jesus even taught on this, and I don't know if it's in the Bible or not, but I know for a fact Jesus taught on this. That if you love yourself, you're going to defend and protect yourself, especially if you're here for the righteous cause. See, that's what I'm here for righteousness. So we can live in heaven on earth. Everyone's talking about Tartaria, but the Tartaria starts within you. You can never reach Tartaria in this state of humanity who's driven by their egos and darkness. And so the way to reach Tartaria is your light, but you have to fight. And you can't fight with the light. Sometimes you have to defend yourself. Sometimes you can fight with the light. But in the case of someone trying to silence you, you have to get dirty with them. The 666 is not only for Satan. Or shall I say, Satan is not only for the evil. The 666 can be for the positive energy too. And so you can use that to destroy evil, just like they use it to destroy positivity. Their jealousy uses it to destroy your happiness, your abundance, your conversements. I know it happens to me a lot. But through my experiences, I found that I can get down and dirty like them. And see, nobody want to talk about this. Because this is the real 666. This is the real power force. Okay? That the same thing they use to silence you, you can use to silence them, and you will have a lot more power behind it. Because as you walk in truth and righteousness, you're walking in the evolutionary purpose of this whole entire existence. And so the universe has your back more than the universe has their back. They can bend the universe to work for them, but I've seen it so many times where they are demised. Immediately, the universe don't even like them. It only they know how to do the magic to make the universe bend to them, but the universe don't even like bending for them. But they're at least using the universe, and you're not. Light needs to be protected. Light needs positivity, joy, peace. It all needs to be safe and protected so that it can make its mark, so that it can grow. It can't grow because it's afraid right now. But now that you have me, you can understand how to make it grow by protecting yourself. Sometimes you have to dip into that 666. Sometimes you have to be the trickster upon them when they're trying to demise you. You know that you cannot, fight when you're like, you're still smiling, and they're like, bitch, and you're still, that's really not the case, because where are you getting to? So then you'll end up saying, I don't want to be happy anymore because it's just too much. And I'm afraid, I'd rather just be pissed off like everybody else, because when I'm happy, I know what I attract, which is an inconvenience. But see, we have to learn how to fight through that inconvenience as light workers, as positive people, as, evolutionary beings. We have to learn how to fight through that resistance. And the only way is through the 666, because everything has polarity. Everything has, you know, duality. So the 666 can be for positive people or it can be for negative people. The negative people are the only ones using the universe like we should. And that's because this is how they made this world, where they're the only ones who are able to use this power. And they left us in the dark to fend for ourselves and to be defeated. The natural state of us to be defeated and not know what to do. So we just kind of crawl into our shells and never express ourselves. But time is out for that, because you got me. And I'm going to explain to you that it's okay to use that 666 on people. When I do it, I win. And that means the evolutionary wins. And that means our creator wins. You see. They want to silence us. They want to, talk bad about us. But we can do the same things. It gets deeper, and I don't really have much time, but I'll explain how it gets deeper in my next video. How everything is intellectual. How everything can be done through the mind. It's all the mind. And you are not to allow someone, not even a man or a man that you're dating, to discourage your self-love. This is how they win, is when they can discourage your self-love. And if anybody shall try, you must defend yourself. You must not say, oh, Jesus is going to fix them. You must defend yourself, which means push through and remain who you are. Push through and remain in your peace, your happiness. And then that's when it starts defeating the enemy, you see, because the enemy, that means the high vibration won. So the enemy has no choice but to get the fuck up out of here, in which they do. And see, this is how the evolution began to turn. The wheels begin to turn. When you can understand that sometimes us as light workers must dip into our dark side. And so I thank you guys for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Peace.